Hi again then guys, and welcome to another Forza Horizon 3 speed build, and this time we're actually following on from a tune which we did yesterday for the Ferrari California T, which you would understandably assume is probably the quicker of the two. Even with the engine conversions, the V10 in the case of that one, the V12 in the case of this car from the Enzo, that is a more powerful car. The T version has over 1200 horsepower, this one has 1182, so you would logically assume that that car must also be quicker. It's an obvious thing to think, but it's not, and it's not just slower, it's a lot slower, which is kind of strange, but also kind of cool, because it means that people who just choose the obvious choice aren't necessarily going to get the best deal, whereas those who take the time to try other cars, like this one, may actually find it to be kind of a sleeper in a weird kind of way. Now for the engine, as I said, I would recommend having the Enzo V12, not quite as powerful as the Aventador engine, but still, it gives you enough power to get the job done. All-wheel drive is a necessity for my tunes, really. I say it's a necessity, you don't have to fit it, it's not absolutely essential for those who don't like it, but of course you won't be as quick off the line, and off-road, you won't be able to get the power down as efficiently. I would recommend, of course, the twin turbo, pretty much goes without saying, and for the rest, you guys know the drill. Fit all of your race parts, generally speaking. The only things which I would not recommend fitting are the front and rear wing, because they're not necessary for this tune, and the roll cage, which is also just not really necessary for a modern car in terms of straight line performance anyway. For handling, of course, it can help, but that's not the primary purpose of this tune. Now this tune is not on my storefront, even though it is a very quick one. This is still a YouTube exclusive, and as you can see, it's a lot quicker than the other one. Now 1.9, or technically 2 to 60, 3.8 to 100, 268 flat out. Now 262 on the other model, 268 on this one, is that really a huge difference? Well, yeah, it is, because in real life the physics and aerodynamics involved in increasing those kind of speeds take a huge amount of extra power and aerodynamic efficiency. The aerodynamics aren't hugely different between the two cars, so for this one to have less power and to be quicker, yeah, going from 262 to 268 is a big deal. But still, it's very cool either way. As far as the gearbox, I'd recommend final drive of 3.5, then individual gears of 2.9, 1.99, 1.5, 1.17, 0.95, and 0.78. You guys know the drill as far as the alignment goes if you've used my tunes before. Neutral camber, neutral toe unless you want to have some, 5 degrees of caster is what I've gone for, anti-roll on 30 and 23. Springs on 203 and 229. I've opted for the lowest ride height, but you don't have to do that. Dampers we've got on 13, 15, 6 and 7. Aero does not apply. And for the diff we've got 100%, pretty obviously, on acceleration. That's what I'd usually do. 0 for decel, and for this car a little bit more of a tail-happy setup with 80% going to the back end. But that's it for the tune overall, and as always, feel free to change around any settings you want. Of course, that's the whole point. But let's actually take it on the street to see what it can do. Overall then, if you have to choose between either this or the California T, I think I would probably recommend this one. The California T I think is a better looking car, but if you're looking for pure performance, this is the pretty obvious choice. Either way though, they're both undervalued and pretty good cars, to say the least. But if you did enjoy this tune, obviously, I hope you have a lot of fun with it as well, and if you did enjoy it, you can check out literally hundreds more like it here on the channel, and to find those, you can click through to the playlist at the end of this video. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.